Welcome back to 2025 NXL action. We are here in Cincinnati, Ohio. You are about to watch Nasty taking on Armada. On the backside of that match, you're going to see Denver Altitude taking on Miami Effect. Nasty already being involved in a little bit of a controversy beginning early in the day with some player-on-player interaction. But they're over it. They're moving on. Here we go. Nasty on your left, Armada on your right. Nasty 5 alive. Same for Armada. Armada making a double push after about 5 seconds into the match. We're going to lose our first player at the home, and unfortunately it's going to be also a minor. So Armada's going to lose part of their back line very, very quickly there. Nasty uses that opportunity to push up into Snake 2. All right, Nasty figuring out the situation. This Snake player is under no pressure right now. Frankly, if he wants to go ahead and bump up to that Snake Dorito, he's free to do so. Another kill coming out of the middle for Armada. This is falling apart very, very quickly. Nasty tastes blood in the water. He's going to go through the middle, take out that inside wedge, and that's going to be it. Armada coach has seen enough on this one. He's going to towel out of that. I cannot blame him. Wow, just a little bit of sloppy deaths there for Nasty. Stick around. We've got a lot more going on today. After this, you're going to watch Los Angeles Collision taking on P-Mob, and then Tiki's Totem taking on Philly Corrupt. I'm going to be joined in the booth here in a second by my co-host, Natasha Lopez. She's climbing the 1,000 steps up to the observation tower that is the Comp Sports Paintball Webcast Tower. All right, we're about to watch Denver Altitude taking on Miami Effect. All right, I am joined by Natasha. Natasha, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hey guys, it's Natasha from Tiki's Ohana, number 16.
Number 1 in your heart, number 16 in your playbook.
Yes, sir.
All right, Denver Altitude on your left, Miami Effect on your right. Miami Effect going 0-2 yesterday. They're struggling a little bit this weekend.
Looks like they're cranking in though.
Yeah, first across the 50. Oh, he's going to go for the crawl.
He looks hungry.
That is a big risk. Oh, he's picked up. He's picked up on it.
Nope. Oh.
What bad timing. He got away with it. Oh, my God. No, he did not. No, he did not. They trade. Even a trade. He was in an awful situation to trade.
Yeah, he was one-handed too.
What a gangster.
Right?
He even tilted his gun sideways.
Yeah, he was like, I gotcha.
All right, Miami Effect also being aggressive, pushing up to that snake side wedge. That's going to put Home in a bit of trouble if he's allowed to wrap. Actually, that wedge is playing very conservative. I don't think he realizes this entire snake side has been wiped.
I think they're trying to figure it out now.
All right, actually, I would say we're also seeing wrong identification of bunkers.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, Denver Altitude's not sure. They're shooting at empty bunkers.
I don't think they know that they lost him.
All right, so we have D2 for Miami Effect. We've got the 50 wedge. We've got the inside wedge for Miami Effect. So they got at least 3 bodies alive.
They have a D1 too.
All right, so 4 bodies alive for Miami Effect. They're in a great position to win this. Denver Altitude doing the only thing they can do, which is dig in their heels.
Yeah. Kind of just have to hold your ground at this point. Oh, yep, there's the Home.
I think the Home got taken by that wedge that we talked about. Now that Dorito brick is gone, that's it. Miami Effect is calling kill 3. They are very incorrect. All right, we want to thank one of our sponsors. That is Alabama Paintball. They have multiple locations specifically to do multiple missions. So if you want to play some of the intro paintball like Paintball Light or Jelly Ball, you can also head to one of their locations to play Speedball. Or if you got a private or corporate group, go to their location. So thank you, Alabama Paintball. Who are you playing today? I think I should already know this, but I actually don't.
Let's see. Do you know?
I'm gonna slyly look down at my playbook, and no, I don't remember. Where?
Got lights.
Oh, you got
Right?
Northern Lights. All right.
I was like, right? I think I know
don't
my
know.
schedule, right? I hope. And Archangels right after that.
Your job is to kill. Your job is to not know the schedule. You have one
Yep.
mission, and you do that mission.
I just got to make sure, have my jersey on, get ready for them kills.
All right. So we're going to see WNXL action starting around 1 o'clock today. They waited for the hottest part of the day to shove you guys on the field.
And let me tell you, Tampa has been boiling.
Oh, really?
But I feel like you just don't get used to the heat because right now I'm still melting.
I'm going to sound like such a, I don't know, a stereotype or an old it's the humidity.
It is.
Your sweat doesn't work when it's this humid, so you're not really cooling yourself off, and it magnifies the heat.
I always say, I'm surprised I haven't developed gills because it's just too humid. We're breathing water.
Your skin is constantly moisturized. That's great. That's
At
what
least,
a win.
Right?
I am from New Hampshire currently, although I was actually born here in Fairfield. And we are not used to the heat at all. I do not handle, like, 80 degrees for me is like, that's too hot.
But there is a heat wave, right? I think that's what they said.
Yeah, the U.S. is in a bit of a wave. All right, Armada on your left. They're down 1 point to Nasty. Armada doubled up at home, up the middle of the mini brick.
Right.
5 alive both sides.
Yep.
Ref coming in to check that mini brick. He's going to pull him and get a minor. The international sign of penalty is a player raising both hands going, what? No.
Where?
Oh, wow, this is interesting. Armada is doubled up in that mini brick, and they have the snake. This is not a good situation to be in when you're in down bodies. For Armada, I'd say try to get one of your mini brick players in the middle up to that middle brick.
I will say, I don't think they know where they are, though. Nasty. I don't think Nasty knows where Armada's at.
Well, first Nasty player peeling off, so 3 on 4, advantage Nasty. Frutos here working the snake Dorito for Armada, excuse me.
I think it's snake 3 to snake 3 right now.
Nasty makes their bump into that precious middle brick. He got past Frutos' gun. That shouldn't have worked. Yeah, Frutos drops back. Frutos going to look cross, try to lock onto that brick, maybe catch him either peeking or catch him trying to move to their team's brick.
They're holding down pretty good for kind of being in the same. Oh,
there's the
same
drop.
Spot.
Yeah. Armada finally gets out of that double up at the mini brick into the mini wall, which actually is not used that much on this field. Oh, that is dangerous. Number 80 coming over the top for Armada. Not a wise move. It's going to cost him his life. Frutos also getting pulled.
It's really difficult, too. All 3 of them were down on their knees, so gives them the possibility of looking over the top safely.
Yeah. Tough. Yeah, tough thing to gunfight out of. All right. Armada, 1 remaining player here in the Snake 1.
They know he's there.
Yeah, he's in trouble. There it is. The friendly hand wave of please stop shooting me. Maybe we should adopt tapping out on your bunker, like MMA style. You can like tap.
I feel like no one will care.
3 taps in your bunker is just tapping out.
Where's the white flag?
Yeah, barrel attachment. All right, thank you for Carbon. The Carbon Paintball, they have their zero goggle system. Go check them out. If you're here in the area, go to their booth. See if they have any product left. Most of these vendors are really good at figuring out how much product to just sell out because they don't want to have to haul anything home.
I always do my shopping on Thursdays because all the size smalls are gone probably by Friday.
That's a good point. Yeah. Although you could just get a belt. You can just buy larger and get a belt.
True. Could wear like a little dress.
Yeah, turn it into cargo pants. All right, Miami Effect up by a point. 13 on the clock. There is big attempt here.
They got. I thought he might have gotten shot from behind, but.
Well, WWF style. The refs didn't see it if he was.
Ooh.
Now there's a refs on both sides.
I think they told him he's there because he hasn't shot, but it looks like he knows he's there in the middle.
Oh, number 77 is going to take a walk from Miami Effect. That leaves this Denver altitude player in a safe position. Now he can go to work.
I think, are they matched up?
So Miami Effect now into D1. Already squeeging going on for Miami Effect into Snake 2. So your altitude player set up a trap, trying to catch the Miami Effect player bumping up into the Snake Dorito. Let's see if it works. He's going to look through that gap.
He's been really patient on their side.
No,
We're about to see something go down right now.
He got right through it. Now it's going to be a snap battle.
Damn. Now he knows, though.
Yeah, now they 100% they know.
Maybe you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. We just got a copyright strike, Natasha. We're gonna get demonetized.
I'm like, oops.
You're fine. Oh,
now I know.
All right, Miami Effect players now peeling off. The Dorito side just melted away. That really just leaves Thompson here. Yeah, my Denver altitude crossing the 50. Oh, Thompson's about to get destroyed.
Really patient in the middle. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good move. It actually didn't pay a lot of dividends, that altitude player going up the middle.
I think it just kind of distracted the other team.
I like it. I like that move. I think more teams should be doing it. He really set up a trap, and the trap didn't work. He didn't catch Thompson crossing that gap, trying to get into the Dorito. But nonetheless, doesn't matter. They're going to win the point, go up. What do you think of this layout? Oh, that was a deep sigh.
At first, I was kind of whatever about it, but you start playing it, and I'm like, okay, fine. It's actually pretty good. It's interesting. It does make you have to think about it differently with the whole flipping around. It does get the calls confused, too, all the time. So, I'm excited to see Nasty.
Nasty on your left, up 2-0, 12 minutes. Looks like 5 alive, both teams. Neither team really invested heavily into breakout gunning. They were more interested in taking territory. Nasty now sliding up in the D1, literally sliding. Now into Snake 1. Nasty doing a better job taking their secondaries. As we say that, Armada takes the D1.
Yep.
The baby Dorito. Bunker de Muerte. A really dangerous place to try to live.
Yeah, that little Dorito is deadly.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Oh,
Nasty.
lost their can. Can on the Snake side. I'm watching. Armada's already at the 50.
Another move by Armada into that inside wedge.
They're pushing. They're taking advantage that they got that Snake out.
Yep. Sean Oliver here in the Snake Dorito for Nasty. He's got to keep his gun on that cross. Stop the movement up the middle. Oh, but he's getting bullied back in. Sean looking to wrap around, maybe catch that home field to the can. No, he missed the shot. He's going to make his bump. He's going to make his bump right into a gun waiting for him from the opposite wedge.
I feel like Armada's communicating a lot better.
Yeah, Armada is locking this down. Nasty's running out of options except to just try to win gunfights, catch players being sloppy.
They do have Mingo back there, though.
The Nasty mini brick player doesn't know, but if he tries to move at all, he's going to die. He's got to stay where he is. There's a drop back to home by the mini temple. Oh, and he's going to ask for a check. Clean.
Nice.
Yeah, he was clean for 5 seconds. Now there's going to be a launch. That's dangerous. Probably the best news for Armada is that they didn't get a penalty. He didn't try to push it. He smartly pulled up. Armada wasted another body through the middle.
Just kind of running through, but they're crossed up pretty good, so. Oh, he got a couple more there.
I don't know if that was love taps or he was just in between a firing lane.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Our paint sponsor says hi.
Hey.
All right, so for Armada, we now have the tower on the Dorito side, the rarely played tower. We have the inside snake wedge. And now the D3. Doesn't matter. No players left to oppose them. Ramirez is going to close this out. He's asking for a fellow player to check him. What do you think about green as being a banned color? We were talking about this, that this paint is trending more and more towards green than yellow. And I'm seeing players with like green hoppers and green packs.
I mean, It is a little close in color. I think it can be like a catch-22, you know, like, yeah, I don't really like when the ref comes up to me and starts checking me, and then I take my eyes off,
Yeah.
and they're here like, let me check you, let me check
Yeah.
you, and I'm like, check me quick, you know, I ain't got time for this. But
Not only is it distracting,
yeah,
but it also, if you made a sneaky move, it gives away where you were.
that too. It is a pretty bright color.
Yeah. But I mean, the ref check is going to give away your position, even if you did. But anyways, I'm seeing, like, if I'm thinking maybe we might start talking about bright green clothing bits. You know how we banned, like, yellow clothing because of the paint fill? But the paint fill's trending more and more towards green, and
It is getting a lot more neon, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Altitude Miami Effect tied up 1-1. Tons of time on the clock. Altitude on your left in the gray with the red trim.
I think they think that there's a mini Aztec over there.
Big dive and slide by Miami Effect into that inside wedge. He got through the gun of the snake player over here for Altitude. Pod trick attempted by number 57 in the middle for Altitude. Doesn't work. There's nobody there.
I admit I've tried that once.
You know, yesterday we saw some pod tricks by players that then ran out of paint in the game. It was really cruel to watch. All right, Miami Effect into that outside wedge on their snake side.
They're checking someone on that wedge. He's good.
CJ Chamber has company now, a backup snake player. CJ staying on the cross. Oof. CJ almost had his head taken off by fire coming in, but he's clean. Nice. He gets momentary gun dominance, immediately dives into the snake Dorito. That was great play.
Ooh.
Dude's going to lose their home. Miami Effect loses their inside snake wedge. Denver calling 44 for 4 alive, 1 kill. The big threat to them right now is that Miami Effect player in that outside wedge.
Yep. He's really far back too, so it's kind of hard to see him. I think he's just trying to bait them to go through. I don't even think he wants to snap battle.
No, I mean, for Altitude, they know he's there now, so I can't. Oh! We lose our inside wedge here for Altitude. And Chamber launches. Looks like a trade.
Oh, no. I think they forgot about him.
Now, you're right. The Altitude players switched positions, and there's a drop back by the Effect player into Snake Dorito.
There's the mini Aztec.
So 2 players left alive for Altitude. Miami Effect loses their middle brick. That leaves the snake. I think it might be a 2-on-1 at this point. Miami Effect player trying to set a trap for the middle, but that's not the direction the Altitude player is coming from.
And there's that.
And it's clean. He caught him in the back, so that's going to be 2 alive left for Altitude. They're going to finish this out. That was a good grindy game. I liked that. It wasn't, it wasn't a flag that flipped the whole game, and it was an easy win. Altitude had to fight for that.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like both teams were kind of trying to set something up, but neither were kind of falling for it. So they're like, let's just go for it,
Nothing sloppy. Chamber doing that run down the sideline, a little dangerous, but a trade, a 1-for-1, a 1-for-1 trade, that's fine.
Yeah, and I feel like because he was so far back, he didn't catch him on time.
All right, thank you to Hornets Nest for sponsoring the show. If you're in that New York area, give them a chance. They got some tournaments coming up, including a 3-man and a 5-man mechanical. All right, Nasty rolling back on the field, up 2-1. Got about 9 minutes on the clock, which is basically a fresh game.
Mm-hmm. Plenty of time.
Do you have any idea how long your average point was taking yesterday, both a win or a loss? I feel like it's been around 2 minutes-ish.
I think so.
You're not paying attention to the clock.
I kind of start paying more attention towards the end.
Yeah, you got more pressing matters on your mind, like shooting the person trying to kill you. Yeah, that's fair.
Definitely. Although maybe I should pay more attention.
All right, Armada 5 alive, spread across the back and into snake one. Nasty crosses the middle. They're into that brick. His back is exposed.
That home's
Frutus
ready.
might see it. Does Frutus see it? No, but Frutus's gun is looking inside. If that nasty player switches off, he's going to come right into a gun waiting for him. There it is.
Damn. A little too loose on that one.
All right, so I think it's 5-on-4 body advantage for Armada. We are still doubled up at home for Nasty. That's a tough place to live, doubled up. If I'm Nasty, I'm urging my mini temple player to get out of there so I can spread over to that can on the snake side. Instead, he's going to go up the middle.
I think he got, he got clipped on the way in.
Left shoulder. There you go. The mini temple bounces out to that Dorito brick, mini brick. Home player can hold up. He's going to walk too. Armada firmly taking control at this point.
There's still 5 alive.
Yeah, you're right. Frutos mixing in with outbound traffic, trying to get lost in the shuffle.
He lost 2 pods right now. No way. Is he out? Okay.
He's running out of paint. Big run up the middle for Armada. They're playing the outside of that middle brick.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out the kill count right now.
Well, the kill count just got worse for Nasty. They lost their Dorito brick player. That's going to be it.
Nice.
Ooh, ref's inspecting the non-buzzer hitter. That's interesting. Yeah.
I'm like, wait.
So I've actually had this conversation this weekend. I've had this conversation a few times, and having refed for a long time. I don't understand what it is about this sport that when the firing stops, meaning let's say there are 3 of you alive, you've shot out the last of them, let's just say, the refs at every field, every tournament, they stop checking players until somebody hits the buzzer. And in my view,
that's kind of true.
If you're a ref and you see a player, again, after the quote-unquote dust settles, nobody's shooting, if you see a player with a hit on him, the only conclusion is they're playing on with a hit. There has to be a penalty. So I don't really understand why all paint checks stop between the last player, the last bad guy getting shot and you hitting the buzzer. It doesn't really make any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know about. I don't know. Maybe they have certain rules. I guess maybe I don't know. It stresses me out a little bit when the bodies are low and then they all just start like cradling up, and I'm like,
the circle
don't
of
let
refs
them know I'm here,
start
guys.
tightening around you. Yeah.
But then they don't check you, so it's just like.
They're just giving
Give
it
me some
away.
space,
Yeah,
guys.
back off, guys.
I'm already stressing out here.
Personal zone, please. I was talking with Cammie about the refs, and she said she's doing reffing too, about how important it is for the refs to not use their head to lock onto you as a player when you make a move. The refs need to kind of just look out of their corner of the eyes when you make a move and then be very casual moving up to a new good viewing position. Instead of having a ref run to where you just move to and then do this, which is like, thanks, man. Thank you.
Although I will say a lot of people try to get sneaky, so it's like, I know they're just trying to do their job, you know, but.
Just do it casual, man.
Exactly.
Fly casual. All right, Miami Effect on the left. Miami Effect has been the more aggressive team so far. Ooh, a bit of a false start. They must have been doing the internal head count to try to jump the buzzer. They get away with it, though. 5 alive. 5 alive, both sides. Denver Altitude first to get up to that middle brick. So far, the only kill Miami Effect has had is on a cameraman on the side.
Media does take a lot of shots.
A lot of abuse. Wow, nice double move. We're seeing really aggressive secondary move from Miami Effect here. They're pushing the matter. They do get a kill out of the middle of the mini brick from Denver Altitude, taking a walk. Miami Effect being coached by Chris Lasoya and Dan Sensi.
Oh, I think yep, right in the head.
Yeah. First body walking off from Miami Effect. So 4-on-4. A pod trick attempted by Denver Altitude. I think he was attempting to hit a player with it. He tossed it over the other team's brick.
Oh.
I can't even die that acrobatically. That was amazing. All right, Miami Effect getting a little sloppy here. They're losing a couple players. They had good momentum early on at this point by their secondary moves, but kind of lost it. Ah, now their middle brick is going to come right out into a gun.
I think it was from the Dorito 1.
I think you're right. Miami Effect is they're just tossing away bodies. There you go. All right, Crystal Sonia has seen enough. He's going to hit that buzzer. He's going to have a little talk. Depending on how angry his, if you're a Miami Effect player, you might want to exit through the other pit. Just walk away, disappear. That's a shame for Miami Effect. They had a lot of momentum there, and just kind of threw it away. All right, well, thanks again to Kinetic. Kinetic has a good team sponsorship program. Go check out their website and sign up. They do a great job supporting their teams. You could be one of them.
I give it to the refs, though. It's really hot out here.
This is brutal.
The refs that lay down, I feel like you're like a salmon bacon.
It's so much hotter at grass level. And AstroTurf, have you ever been a laydown ref on AstroTurf? It's like being in a microwave oven. All right, tied up 2-2. 6.5 on the clock.
They lost their snake side, I think. So I think they're 5-4 right now. Nasty.
I think you're correct. Nasty make their secondary bump out to this mini temple.
I like that they kind of got out of the home a little faster on this one. They didn't stay doubled up as long.
Yeah. Nasty now into the snake Dorito. That's Geraldo. Geraldo convinced he's gotten a kill.
Yep.
Doesn't get the satisfaction of a body walking off, though. There's a kill. Home is going to take a walk from Armada.
That's a good kill. That's going to open things up now.
Yeah, you're right. Look at that. Geraldo takes that opportunity to move up. Good call.
Do they have a Dorito, though? Yep. They have a Dorito side. He's got to be careful there. Standing pretty tall.
Nobody is shooting at Geraldo. I think they've lost track.
Oh, poor ref.
Yeah, he manages to dome a ref. That does not count as a kill. All right. Snake Dorito getting hot for Armada. They've at least made that push. Turns and cross shoots. Geraldo's going to take a walk. He's mad at himself. You see the head movement.
Yeah.
All right, Nasty 4 alive. They've got this middle brick. He's playing super tight, getting a lot of pressure from that snake side. They do have a Dorito 2 player, but the Dorito 2 player really doesn't have any vision down that tape line. Now Nasty's home player going to take a walk.
I think it's 3-on-3 now, right?
I think you might be right. We've got, I believe, Snake Dorito, Dorito 1, Dorito Mini Temple for Armada. And for Nasty, we've got that middle brick, Dorito 2 and Dorito Temple. They have no snake presence. All right, strategically, both teams could still push here, right? We got 4 on the clock. It doesn't get too dangerous until the clock gets under 2, because under 2, then they're going to be fighting to win a point in 2 minutes, which is doable, not possible. So right now, they can just relax, play their game.
I think now it's who makes the first mistake.
Well, Armada just bounced from the D1 into the D2. There was an opportunity there for Nasty to pick up that movement, and they missed it.
They just jumped over the beam, too. I think they're in that wedge now.
Yep, he's dropped the wedge. He's going to drop and crawl up to that middle brick.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Nasty's now into the D3. Is he stop? Yeah, he's stopping to look through the cracks, trying to pick up. Yeah, they know. Look at that. Nasty now knows. He's communicating it non-verbally.
They got him, though.
I think that might have come from the Dorito. Yeah, that came from the Dorito.
They're checking him now.
So Nasty player gets shot by his mirror Dorito across field. Armada's going to lose their brick in the middle, their brick crawler.
Oh, I think it's left on a 2v1. Oh, no.
This might be a 1v1.
I think you're right.
And Armada's going to win that 1v1. Number 25 for Armada. He's going to pull it out. That is a big win.
Yeah. Little less than 3 minutes left.
Wow, well done. 3 minutes left. That's plenty of time. Nasty can certainly easily pull a point in 3 minutes. However, if Nasty loses the next point, then this match becomes extremely difficult for them. They'll be down by 2 points with only like a minute on the clock. So next point is a must-win for Nasty. All right, next match after this. Stick around. We're going to watch Los Angeles Collision taking on P-Mob. That is a big game. And then we're going to see Tiki's Totem taking on Philly Corrupt. Yeah. Do you have a favorite in the Tiki's Totem versus Philly Corrupt game? Any call here, Natasha?
I got to call out Ricky Smith, man. He's my coach.
Okay.
I have to.
I think you might be a biased web. You're supposed to leave your biases at the ground level before you climb this tower.
Hey, nobody told me about these rules.
Yeah, well, I'm making them up as we go.
I can't sing. I can't spot.
I never said anything about singing. Sing your heart out. People rather listen to you singing than me talking. All right, Miami Effect down by 0.6 on the clock. 5 alive, both teams. Miami Effect's first one to cross the 50. They do they or do they not know about it? No, they don't know he's there. This is a big move. He gets there alive. He's going to immediately blow up that brick.
Yep.
Probably both brick, mini brick. No, he gets the mini temple.
I
now
think
the second brick player.
Yeah.
Now the
that's
wall.
4. Let's see the 5th.
4 kills. He's going to trade out for a 5th.
Ow.
Wow. Huge point by the Miami Effect player going through the middle. I'd like to say more good things about him, but they choose not to put names on their jersey. Miami Effect is apparently just testing out their barrels now on empty bunkers. I mean, I can't imagine you as a teammate would think that your player just went and took 5 of them in the span of about 10 seconds.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Wow. That was a hell of a comeback point by Miami Effect. So, okay, to be fair, that score was close enough, the clock was big enough, there was no reason to believe that Miami Effect was going to go for that Hail Mary play. I got to say, maybe you should take note of this, if your team is either up a lot of points or late in a match, you should expect teams to do that to you.
Yeah, I agree. I think, you know, you always have like your obvious moves. Like if you're down, time's running out, you know that they're going to push. But why not push when you have good time? I mean, set yourself up.
True.
Because I think they're still down 1, right? So
no, that might have tied it up. We'll have to go back and see the scoreboard. All right, Armada up by 1 point. 2.5
Whoa, what
on the
was
clock.
that? I thought he was out. Did a little jump in the air there.
Maybe he was jumping over an incoming stream, Fedorov style.
Yeah, for real. I wish I can do that.
Yeah. Wow. We have rarely seen this quick of a move into this outside wedge. Nasty is now into the wedge on their Dorito side. Yeah, Fruito's calling it out. He needs to calm down a little bit. He's a little bit too twitchy. All right, he's got gun dominance on Frutos in the snake. First player walking off here for Armada. I think that's Alex. Frutos is not going to come out and engage in this gunfight. He's going to stay looking on the inside, and that's a good thing. Nasty is moving a player up into that same inside crawl we just saw. Oh, pod trick attempted. It works. 100% worked. That was a 100% functional pod throw. 2 kills immediately for Gomez. Natasha, that's the first time this weekend I've seen the pod trick work. First time.
Hey, how many times? After how many?
Yeah, it works 100% of the time, 10% of the time.
I think the first time I ever tried it, I didn't realize that you needed to actually have paint in the pod.
Yeah, it helps.
And then when I threw it, it was like,
Blip.
I'm like, oh, there goes that.
Hopefully nobody saw that.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I look dumb now.
By the way, there's no rules about filling your pods full of cement. All right, Armada up by a point. Nasty's the one that have to push and make something happen. They're under a minute. They're going to try to go up through the middle. I think he's going to at least get to the mini brick clean. I'm not sure he can make it to that middle brick clean. Still Dorito player left for live for Nasty. This hope is running out.
He got the snake 3 as well.
Yeah, but 30 seconds here. Armada in good positions. They got guns up. Crossing the 50. Here's a big run.
I think he's just going for it now. Oh.
That's going to be a trade, but oh no, that's going to be a major. That is end. That's game. Game over. Under 60 seconds. Yeah, it doesn't matter what happened there. The game was technically already over. As soon as that major flew over there on that Dorito side, the game ended because it was under 60 seconds. All right, congratulations, Armada. I mean, Nasty threw it against the wall. I don't blame them for what they tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, even getting that major, who really cares? If you don't try it, your team's losing this match. So.
Evidence that every second counts.
Yeah, yeah. Boy, Natasha just got philosophical up in the booth. We just learned a lesson about life and death and making every moment precious. You've been through some loss in your life, I can tell.
I feel like I've had a couple that I'm like, if only I was faster.
How many times you got into the buzzer and you're like a foot short of it when the time? Yeah,
I think it was last tournament. I went to hit the buzzer. My feet kind of slid under me, and I was like, oh. I just fell back, and I'm like, well.
Oh, that is brutal. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I looked so dumb, too, and I didn't want it to seem like I was like maybe like wiping a shot or hiding something. So I was like, should I sit here and just wait, or what do I do now?
Oh, that is brutal. That's one of the most painful stories I think I've heard this weekend.
You gotta put that buzzer a little higher.
So
maybe I could shoot it off the.
Honestly, okay, legitimately, shorter players are at a disadvantage hitting the buzzer because you have to like fully commit to diving over to get the buzzer if you're not at least like 6 foot tall.
I'm clumsy enough as it is.
I guess I'm going to bring up an ancient history incident, but Colton Dahl, did you see that incident with him trying to hit the buzzer last year at Atlantic City?
Was he the one that like flipped over?
Yeah, Colton Dahl from Wrecking Crew went full speed, gear number 5, right into the home bunker, and then launched, and I mean launched into the air, like cartwheeled through the air. I
kind of love seeing that, though. It's crazy.
Yeah, he then hit
as long as no one gets hurt.
He was down for a while, actually. Called the ambulance out. He was fine. In the end, he was fine, but it was a really scary incident. I guess the fact that it ended up being fine, you could go back and watch it and feel good about watching it.
Exactly. You're not like, ooh.
Yeah, this is
we
like
all know what happened after that.
Faces of death material.
But now they have like a barrier behind, right?
I just heard a reverse point over a loudspeaker. I don't know if it was for this field or the other field. I think that was for the other field because none of the refs are reacting. I don't see coaches screaming at refs. All right. Never mind. Ignore what I just heard. All right. Miami Effect down by 1 point. Still 5.5 in the clock.
I told you. They set themselves up so now they can match it.
That was an amazing last point. You know what? You know what? My producer will be mad for me saying that. I don't care. Pause it. Go back and watch it. Ignore the live feed. Bob's coming to fire me right now. Miami Effect, big outside run. He gets away with it, too. That's Brandon Croning. Unfortunately, they're going to lose their mini temple, but great outside run by Croning into the Snake Dorito. And have we seen any deaths over there from Denver altitude? I think the answer is no.
I don't think so.
5-4 advantage Denver altitude. It's a little bit too much time on the clock for them to just try to go into lockdown story time mode.
Yeah.
So if I could give you a script for this layout on this field, the script is a couple early deaths, early chaos, which we just saw another one for Altitude walking off, so 4-4. And then the game enters like a lull period where things really slow down, wait for a team to go up a couple bodies, and then they push the accelerator to try to finish it out. But there's definitely a style to this field, and it's this middle lull where things really slow down.
Yeah. Definitely kind of have to get to your bunkers and like assess the situation. Like where are we? Where are they? What's going on before you can do anything else.
I will also say, and maybe this is advice for Tikis for later in the day, crossing the 50 to finish this field out, it's real easy to lose a bunch of bodies. I've seen so many potential finishes, where a team crosses the 50 on either tape line and they just start losing too many bodies. It's a tough field to close.
Like those bricks in the middle really do cover a lot. Next thing you know, they're like right there waiting for you.
All right, Kronix checked live. I think he might have missed that snake player going in for Altitude. Brandon bounces up to this wedge. Brandon's going to take a walk. Nice counter move by Denver Altitude into their own outside wedge.
Oh.
Yeah, he got away with it. He went immediately to play the outside of his wedge for Miami Effect. Very lucky that he did. That's Phil Veach, number 10.
They got the Dorito trying to push in.
I don't know if Phil knew that bunker was compromised and he just went to the outside of it, or he got lucky. But he got very lucky going to the outside of it, trying to go to the backside of it. Would have meant his instant death. Ooh, that was dangerous. He pops up over the top when the inside wedge is looking at him.
Still clean, though.
Don't do that, Phil.
Is that the last body? Is it a 2-on-1?
No, there's two players left alive for Miami Effect.
Oh,
At least
okay,
two players left
now.
alive, so I think it's a 2-on-2. Phil's body is so valuable right now. If he's got to be a little bit more careful. I think he's trying to bounce shot. Both players are trying to bounce shot against each other. Okay, if I have any advice for Phil, if you can hear me, I should probably quiet. But if I have any advice, don't try to push past the Dorito. Stay here until you win a gunfight. There you go, won a gunfight. 2-on-1 advantage. Oh, he's going to come right up into a gun. Did he? No, he didn't get clipped. Very lucky there. Yeah, Snake 1. All that's left now for Denver Altitude. 3 bodies left alive for Miami Effect.
They're really tight on the bunkers because I couldn't even see them.
Yeah, I lost a number. I lost track. I'm with you. I'm supposed to be the professional. You have cover fire for why you didn't see them. Just to be clear at home, I am not professional in any way at what I do. All right, that was a great point.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying on this field watching points that are a little bit slower, a little bit more technical, not decided by a flag. You know, teams fighting to actually win, and that was a great win by Miami Effect.
They really fought for that one.
Yeah. Great outside run by Brandon, and then Phil picking up the banner, moving forward with it. All right. We're going to watch Nasty back up against Armada. No game time left, so this is a loss situation for Nasty. They're playing for pride at this point. I believe Nasty is probably not in the running for playoff contention at this point.
So they did get a penalty.
Nasty, I think, is 1-2 on the weekend. If Nasty can win this, they might still have a chance. Yeah, you're right. Nasty down by a body. Big runs up the middle. That's not going to work. Yeah, he's already hit. Honestly, that could have been a flag. He was hit. Coppice was hit well before he got to that middle. All right, valiant attempt by Nasty. Not going to work out.
Yeah.
We are now in X-Ball. For those of you at home just joining us in the sport of paintball, what we mean by that. X-Ball, so a normal match means there's obviously 4 teams out here, two matches going on, 2 games going on. and they take turns going on the field. I'm telling you this like you don't already know. I'm telling you this if you don't know. If you're new to paintball, welcome. Anyways, so if one match ends early and there's just another 2 teams left playing, they extend a little bit the break time in between games to give them a chance to collect their breath, because normally they have the break time. The reason they call it X-Ball, when generally this format is called X-Ball, is that when X-Ball first began, they didn't have double decks. It was just literally one team versus one team, and you had really long breaks between points until somebody smart figured out, hey, let's just take turns on the field.
Let's set this up.
So, anyways, that was a lot of talking just to explain. X-Ball just means there's only 2 teams left playing. All right, altitude player getting check. Altitude losing their up the middle player.
4-4.
This is very likely going to overtime here. It is a 4-on-4 situation. Neither team has much penetration upfield. Now out to the Dorito corner for Miami Effect, making a move up to D2. I still don't think they're going to be able to close this out.
Yeah, Altitude lost another player.
Miami Effect's putting a try on here, and actually Altitude tries the same, but he's going to die going forward. Here's the roll of the dice.
Oh,
there's going to be a minor on.
He's walking away.
Wow, 12 seconds left. I'm not sure what that minor was thrown on. I didn't see a body get pulled. Is he okay? That was a hard dive into that bunker.
Yeah,
Speaking of Colton Dahl.
Oh, I think he got back up. I think he's good.
I'm a little fuzzy on what that flag, that last minute minor flag went up. I'm not sure who was on or what.
I didn't check how much time there was.
We are at
that flag. Like
12 seconds remaining. Yeah, the flag probably came at about 14 seconds, 15 seconds.
Oh, okay. So it was.
But it was a minor. So again, for you at home, under 60 seconds, a major, which is a red flag, immediately stops the point, and the point is awarded to the team that did not get the major. Well, I'm going to have to think that minor was thrown on Denver Altitude at the end there. All right. Congratulations, Miami Effect. Well done. I'm getting a little golf clap.
Guys.
You'll get a golf clap. Yeah, give me a 6-point differential, and we'll give you a bigger clap. Right now, you get a golf clap.
Exactly. You would have gotten one of these.
Wow, I don't familiar with that one. All right. Congratulations, Miami Effect. On the flip side of that, I think we saw Nasty. Yeah, okay. All right. We have 12 seconds left. They are going to, okay, they're going to play it out. I'm saying congratulations, Miami Effect. I mean, they still have to play one more point. 12 seconds. I don't think you can't even run this field in 12 seconds, even if nobody was shooting it. I know I can't.
Me either.
I can't.
I'm not going to sit here and say I can do that. There's no way.
So this will be a little bit more of a formality for Denver Altitude Miami Effect. They're going to play out that last 12 seconds. Seems a little bit of a waste of time. There is a okay. There's a hope. It would be crazy, but if Miami Effect got a major penalty, if they.
That is true.
It's possible. It's hard to get a major penalty in 12 seconds of playtime, though. That'd be a bit of a miracle, but
maybe like a home-to-home, something like that.
Yeah, so, practically speaking, for a ref, a major penalty, generally speaking, occurs when you have a hit on you and you eliminate another player, whether you know about that hit on you or not. The problem with a major penalty in this situation is, from all the way back into the field to back in the field, it's very difficult for a ref to determine not only A, was this player hit, but
exactly.
B, you shot that player that walked out. That's extremely hard to determine. It's a lot easier when the players close in, especially in a bunker run or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's particularly realistic for Miami Effect to get a major here. Even if they deserve it,
Yeah.
I just don't see it happening. All right. Do I only see 4 bodies for Miami? No, 5th body for Miami Effect rolling in. Okay. Altitude a little bit later to the box. All right. After this, you're going to come back. You are going to come back. That's an order, not a suggestion. You're going to watch Los Angeles Collision versus P-Mob and Tiki's Totem versus Philly Corrupt. I literally only see 2 bodies rolling out for Altitude.
Yeah. Okay, we got 3, 4.
They're going to take. They're going to take a timeout. I think it's too late. They waited too late to take a timeout. Okay. All right. They're going to give it to him. They're going to give him the timeout.
This guy's still putting on his pants.
I highly recommend that you wear pants when playing paintball. That's Paintball 101, folks. So good move by the altitude player choosing to wear pants. All right. So there is a rule that says you can't take a timeout in under when there's only 10 seconds or less before the point starts. You can't wait too late. But I guess they got it in on time. Or maybe the refs are being generous. That just gives everybody more time to sit on the field and bake in the sun.
I was about to say, there isn't even anywhere you can find some shade behind the bunkers or anything.
Yeah, the sun's getting pretty high.
20 seconds.
You know what I was hoping for today? There's, I kid you not, there's an RC plane airfield about 200 yards that way. And it'll be perfect today if we can watch model airplane flying through the sky in the background.
I would love that.
That's local knowledge. All right, here we go. 12-second point. Let's see if any craziness happens. Oh, first body getting chopped up, trying to go up the middle. Now up the snake, dying. Up the middle again.
It's
3 seconds.
That's game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that obvious play we were talking about. Low, like you're down a point, low on time. You have to punch through the middle.
Yeah,
There's no other way.
And I mean, the bad news for you, though, is that you're going to telegraph that just by situation to the other team. So they know where to set up guns because you have no choice. So what makes it even tougher in the sport is when you're in that 20-second point and you have to get a point, you've also essentially told the other team exactly what you're going to do.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, that was a lovely match. We're going to be back seeing you play in about 2 hours, give or take.
Yep, we're in the afternoon. Very hot, but it's okay.
Are you going to do lunch? Or are you going to go in?
Oh, yeah, I'm starving.
Okay, all right.
It's time.
All right, I'll keep an eye on Natasha, whether or not she throws up on the field from a large lunch.
For real.
We see it. All right,
Let's not do that.
Thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure.
This was super fun.
Good luck to Tiki this afternoon. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back in just a few more minutes.